Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. This is October 8th of 2025, and fall is still coming. The freezing temperatures won't be too far away. So after I did my pistons on that 922B there yesterday, I decided I was going to go and check the antifreeze level in the old Case D tractor. And lo and behold, if you're familiar with operating old vintage tractors, a problem can pop up just at any old time. This is the starter that fits into the old Case. It's a 1941D Case, and it's been working pretty flawlessly. This is actually a 6-volt starter, but it's always had as long as I've owned it, a 12-volt battery, 12-volt charging system driving this 6-volt starter. Now, I don't know if that caused my issue there yesterday, but when I went to start the tractor to warm up the antifreeze, it spun it over a little bit, and then I went to hit the starter again. Starter engaged, Bendix engaged, but it would not turn the engine over. Kind of baffled me, so I ended up taking the starter apart, bench testing it on the tailgate of the truck with this booster cables over to the positive post and grounding out the body. Everything rotated, and well, now that's kind of apart, but this Bendix gear rotated out to the end and it turned just fine. So I put it back on the tractor and tried it out again. Of course, nothing's happening. Like, I could hear the Bendix kick into the ring gear, but it was not turning the engine over. So I took it all apart, took it right apart, took the nose cone off right there. And lo and behold, this drive spring is broken half. Now, I've never experienced a drive spring breaking in half. I've seen these bolts back out or break off or with something like, something wrong along that line, but I've never had the spring broken half. Luckily, when a guy's got lots of old vintage junk laying around, I got quite a few good parts here. I am not going to put the complete Bendix drive on. I don't believe. I'm going to remove the 2 bolts and replace it with one of these better, well, intact springs. So anyway, let's get after that and put that together. Okay, that didn't take long. Got this original Bendix back on the armature shaft. Used the existing 2 bolts to tie this coil spring in place, and of course I reused these foldable locks. Should have brand new ones, but these are pretty skookum yet. Fold over locks are really important in this application because of the violence that a starter produces. If you don't have the fold over locks, it's almost guaranteed that these bolts will back out, and then you'll have a failure. Sometimes getting the armature slid back into the body, and so the commutator goes in the right place underneath the brushes, you have to be a little trickier than most. So I've got them tied back. They're spring loaded. Some of them, when they're spring loaded, you pull them back so far and the spring actually locks them out, but not in this case. So I've got 3 of those twist ties there, and we'll see if we can get that armature slid back in there. Dowel pin and alignment right there. So we'll get that started in its home. 2 out of 3. Oh, apparently there's 4. Okay, we got our brushes in place. Got a couple of these long bolts here. That one is started. We'll just run her home here to hold things in place a bit. All right, now we got one more. Somehow that cap was a little sprung, but I don't think it's going to be a problem. Now look at that. Thrust washer goes in here between the armature and the plate, and it's not in place. So, not going to make you watch me take it apart, put it back together, so I'm just going to do that off camera. 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Okay, there we got that starter is completely together. This thing is so simple to put in the tractor. I'm not going to bench test it out here on the tailgate. I'll just run it up into the tractor, connect the one wire to it, and it should turn that darn engine over. So let's get her on down to the tractor. Well, there, that's installed on the tractor. It's just got the center bolt locking the nose cone into the bell housing, and then 1 wire there. So let's see if this thing will fire up. There's Boo Boo. You made it down by yourself. Didn't get lost. And Luna. Okay, we're going to let that warm up, and then I'm just going to dip that radiator to see how what temperature is good for. Well, there the antifreeze tested on that case to I think 23 below Celsius, so it's all good there. Just took a long time to do it. You know, first time I ever had a drive spring on a starter break in half like that. But there's always first time for everything. Anything that's ever been made is going to break eventually, especially since that's a 1941. So what are we at now, like 80 years later? But anyway, it's time to get back on the 922B or not to be project. Let's get this head on. Thanks for watching.